Hello and welcome to this web-exclusive episode of Sports Central. I'm your host, Jared Nyland, and while the seasons are changing outside, Chippewa sports are still in full swing. Today's episode will cover all of your favorites, so let's get rolling. Central Michigan women's basketball is underway, and Team 51 came out with a great start. The women took on Division II Northwood last Thursday, November 1st. Returning player Raina Frost had a great first game with 17 points and 18 rebounds. The Chips won the game 74-61. CMU coach Sue Guevara was quoted after the game saying, "New season, new team," and plans on moving forward with this new team, aiming to leave their own mark. Presley Hudson and Michaela Kelly also had standout performances, with Hudson scoring 15 points and getting 8 assists. Michaela Kelly had 11 points with 6 assists. Team 51 will host their next game against South Dakota State on Monday, November 12th. The CMU men's basketball team got their 2018 season underway as they welcomed the Concordia Cardinals into McGurk Arena. The Chippewas scored early and often as they hopped out to a 41-25 lead. Second half action got underway and the Chippewas and Cardinals had a nearly identical half that led to a 98-67 win for Central. 4 Chippewas found themselves in double digits, with Kevin McKay leading the way, dropping 27 points. Sean Roundtree scored 18 points, Larry Austin had 17, and David DeLeo scored 11 of his own, falling a rebound short of a double-double. It was an all-around great shooting night as CMU got themselves 33 shots from the free throw line while shooting over 50% from the floor and over 30% from beyond the arc. This was just one of the 3 November home games for the Chippewas as they prep for the Junkanoo Jam tournament in the Bahamas and a couple non-conference matchups down in Texas, including a game with TCU. Lexi Palafis had been a standout for Central Michigan soccer since her freshman year, and this year has been no different. Palafis finished the season with 9 goals, 5 assists, and 23 points for the Chippewas. This placed her on the All-MAC second team. Palafis finished on first team All-MAC in 2016 and 2017 and was placed on the MAC All-Freshman team in 2015. Lexi ended her Chippewa career as the CMU all-time leading scorer with 42 goals and 94 points. On November 3rd, Central Michigan Athletics announced that the contract for the women's head coach soccer, Peter McGahey, will not be renewed. The Chippewas finished the season with an overall record of 7-12 and ended MAC play with a 5-6 record, putting them in 9th place and missing the MAC tournament for the second straight year. Coach McGahey had a 50, 55-12 overall record and a 31, 29-7 MAC record over the past 6 seasons. Athletic Director Michael Alford stated, "I have done an extensive review of our program over the past week and determined it was necessary to make a change with our soccer leadership." The reeling Chippewa football team continued to struggle this past Saturday as they visited Ypsilanti to take on the Eastern Michigan Eagles. In this matchup, the defense produced some big plays, but the offense couldn't follow suit. The Eagles controlled the ball for most of the game, keeping the defense on the field often. With the offense not producing, the defense took the scoring into their hands as Mike Dana recorded his first ever touchdown with a 70-yard scoop and score with 10 seconds remaining in the half. With that score, it would be all tied up at 7 going into the half. Neither team's offense was very explosive, and the Chippewas even turned to redshirt freshman Austin Hergott at QB. Making his debut for the Chippewas, Hergott completed a string of passes before throwing an interception. The Eagles found their stride in the fourth, tallying 10 more points, giving us the final score of 17-7. The loss dropped Central's record to 1-9. With their final home game against Bowling Green out of the way, the Chippewas will have a bye week before taking on Toledo Rockets on the road. The Chippewa field hockey team faced off against the Appalachian State Mountaineers last Wednesday. Unfortunately, the Chips were unable to pull through and lost by a score of 2-5, ending their season at 2-16. While assessing her first season in charge of the program, Coach Catherine Ostowich said, "There were a lot of baby steps that were taken, but overall the season was good. We know we still have a lot of work to do to be where we want to be." Imogen West and Callie Quinn both scored for the Chips with assists by Taryn Dam and Georgina Minta. Senior Lily Amadio made 9 saves, ending her last collegiate game on a great note. Moving back to the court, the CMU volleyball team is hitting their stride coming into the end of their season. On November 2nd, the Chippewas took down the MAC West leading Ball State Cardinals in a huge 3-set sweep, stopping Ball State's win streak at 3. It was Central's 3rd win in 4 matches. Head coach Mike Golick was pleased with the result, saying, "We went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the MAC, and we were able to sweep them." Savannah Thompson and Liza Myers tied to lead the team with 12 kills each. Keeping the momentum going, CMU hosted the Toledo Rockets in the final home game of their season and picked up their second straight MAC sweep. Thompson once again led in kills with 12, but also picked up 17 digs in the match. Central improved to 7-19 overall and 4-10 in conference play. This ties them for 9th with Toledo and Western Michigan in the MAC. With Kent State at a 6-8 MAC record, ahead of them in 8th, the top 8 teams in the MAC make it to the MAC tournament. CMU will be looking to put themselves in tournament contention with their final games against Northern Illinois and Western Michigan. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for Chippewa Sports on this episode, but don't worry because Sports Central will always keep you up to date. Be sure to follow us on social media for more exclusive content. I'm Jared Nyland, and thank you for watching Sports Central.